we all have weaknesses. I mean, we all have things that we struggle with, and we could really use some improvement in specific areas. And for me, I'm kind of open, so it's cool. One of the things that I struggle with is letting go. I am so used to coming up with a solution for everybody. I am so used to just like twisting and turning and figuring out and thinking through it and finding the road to the resolution that I have kind of like put myself into a box of fix it by any means necessary, reasonably. And so one of my issues is letting go. And now we all know that there's a benefit in letting go and letting God. Now, it's not that I try to out-God God, but I look at it this way. God gave me a gift. And my gift is to resolve and to fix things and to find answers. And I'm pretty good at it. But I have to admit that some things are not carnally fixable. They're just not. And while we can pray about it, because some things, we handle carnally and other things we handle spiritually. But while we can pray about just about anything, sometimes a prayer is done and enough. And you don't just keep beating at a thing. You have to, in confidence in God, in faith, in your ability to trust, sincerely leave it at the altar. This message is inspired because just tonight, I was in the midst of trying to fix a thing, trying to find the way to improve a thing, looking for a road to resolution. And admittedly, it's a God thing. And in that moment, I just love how God works. And I thank God that I'm at least reachable and teachable. Because in that moment, my phone buzzed and it was a text message and it said, "Sis, I feel your heaviness, and whatever it is that you're tarrying through, whatever you're struggling with, let go and let God." But the exact words were, leave it at the cross. Leave it at the altar. Give it to God and leave it there. And in that moment, I knew that God was concerned enough with me that He would have someone spiritually prepared to give me, to be obedient enough to text that to me, not knowing what was going on or if anything was going on, but in obedience to release that word. When I got the text message, I drew back. I said, I'm taking my hands off the matter. Thank you, Lord, and thank you for the message. It was so good. It's nothing like a spiritual friend, someone that can connect with God and hear and see in the Spirit and give you a word right when you need it. And then the beauty of you being able to receive it and be obedient to the deposit made through Christ. Thank you. And so I feel like if God brought it to me, somebody else can use it. I always feel that way. And I feel like if you are struggling with something that just does not seem to get right, if you're trying to resolve a problem and you just can't seem to get it right, consider the idea that it may be a God thing. And if you want to look at it like, well, if it's spiritual, I can pray about it. Pray and leave it there. Take it out of your spirit. You know what I'm saying? In other words, unplug. Leave it with God. We can't out-God God. And it's not that we try to, but sometimes we really get in our own way because we're in His way. Because, God is not forceful. You want to fix it? Go ahead, fix it. You fix it and mess it up? Do your thing. But until we go to Him and say, okay, Lord, I can't do this. I need you. And that is the moment when you walk in greater strength. His strength is perfected in our weakness. And so what a beautiful opportunity to be able to let go of something. Letting go, it takes strength to let go. It takes confidence to let go. And it takes admitting that you can't do it all, but through Christ, all things are possible. Okay? So today, if you find that you've been beating a horse that just will not move, and that you're dealing with an issue that is just stubborn, it seems like a mountain before you, give it to God. It's not giving up. It's not throwing in a towel. It's fighting with wisdom. Some things we got to understand, we cannot accomplish it through might. Not by might, not by force, but through the Spirit of the living God, the one and only living God. Whatever you're doing, let go and let God have his way. I want to thank you for listening to me for the last 6 minutes and some odd seconds. And I hope that you find strength in giving it to God. His strength is perfected in our weakness. I'm SONYA Ward. And once again, thank you and have a beautiful rest of your Sunday night.